Hi, I'm Susan Postel, and I am here at the Lovetri Institute teaching somatic bodywork. And I am a singer and dancer. Started dancing when I was 4. I sang all my life and had a career on Broadway. Now I'm living in LA doing more pop background singing. And I have studied many different kinds of bodywork all my life as a singer, and I've been teaching Pilates for 17 years. And I teach a fusion, really, of Pilates and Alexander technique and many other things I do. I think that one of the biggest mistakes we make as singers is that we think, okay, I'm singing now, and my voice is my instrument, and we don't experience it as a whole body instrument. And singing is your whole body is your instrument. And I think that as teachers, it's especially important to explore bodywork because you can't teach what you don't embody. And part of, I think, being a good teacher is your sensitivity to what's happening in the individual student. So you're not just giving them exercises and listening with your ears. You want to listen with your eyes, all of your senses. And the more that you have done that kind of exploration in your own body, the more sensitized you're going to be. You know, something may sound really a little weird, but you may see something in the body or just feel something in a part of your body, and it comes from that sensitivity that you've developed from your own inner work with body work. Well, first of all, like I said, that you sing with your whole body. It's not just your larynx. And I think the biggest trap is the idea that there's a position, that it's like set and sing. And singers come up to me a lot and like, am I standing up? Am I straight now? Is my chest up? Am I aligned? How's my alignment? Is my head in the right place? And alignment is dynamic. And so it's fluid, and it's all about the relation of the body to itself, and also about the breath in the body. So I think understanding that it's more about your own inner sensation of being grounded and released, and having a feeling of groundedness and yet openness and expansiveness. It's not a pulling up, but it's a being available and open in your body. And with body work, you can explore more how to find those things. But I think that would be the crux of it. As I said, I've been teaching Pilates for 17 years, and I always have incorporated I work a lot with physical therapists. I've done a lot of Alexander technique, Feldenkrais, Continuum, Thompson bodywork, a lot of different forms of bodywork. And when I started working with singers, I realized that the reason I got into it so much was always as a performer. I kept discovering that the issues that I would have when I felt like my voice wasn't where I wanted it to be, I usually just had to do something in my body, find some release or some sense of balance, and then my voice would be there. And I found that that's pretty universal with singers. And so really my work is not a method or a technique, or, this is the body sings. It's a matter of me working with each individual. What are their issues? What do I see is going on in their body or feel from them? And we work in the moment with whatever their long-term goals are and also their needs that particular day. So it's really more about exploring their instrument to bring it into more holistic, open, expressive function. Really focusing my practice so much on singers evolved from my meeting Jeannie. I met her 6 years ago, and I heard about her work through this wonderful singer, Theo Bleckman, who, if you don't know him, you need to know him. And when he started talking about her, I was like, oh my God, this is I have to meet this woman. I have to just take a lesson, because I had been trying to go back to sort of square one in my own vocal explorations, and just lying down on the floor and doing release and trying to find my voice even more embodied. And when I met Jeannie and took the first lesson, I started to cry like 10 minutes into it. And it's just like, oh my God, this is what I've been, looking for my whole life. And at the end of the session, we just started talking for about an hour, and she found out about what I do, and then she was like, well, I want to try a session with you. And so she did a session with me, and we both kind of went, whoa, my God, we're doing the same thing, but from, not to put myself in any way in Jeannie's league. I mean, she's a master. She's not just a master, she's a one of a kind, But as a fledgling in my own work, we felt that we were coming at the same intent, but through, Jeannie has a tremendous background in body work, and so she comes more through the voice, and I come more through the body, but where we were going is the same, and how we approach it. So I kept saying, I don't know what to call what I do, and she said, well, it's somatic body work. So that's how it came up. So hopefully I'm aligned with the spirit and intention of somatic voice work. So the parallels between the somatic body work that I'm doing and Jeannie's somatic voice work is we're both, the work is grounded in science and functional anatomy, and we're both working somatically. So we're trying to uncover the blocks and the compensations that the student has in their bodies and voices, and guide them to rebalance the habitual patterns and compensations that are limiting their having their full optimal function. And so we're working to deepen sensory awareness, which is a big part of somatic re-education, and so they really become more aware of what's happening in their bodies from moment to moment. So it's very process-oriented, experiential kind of work. It's not like about a bunch of exercises. And so Jeannie's work is, she's done a huge amount of somatic body work as well, and so she brings the body into the vocal work, and I bring the singing and breath work into my more full body oriented work. We're both working on releasing the body, like she'll use movement in the voice and straws and quirks and things, and I'll use balls and rollers and movement as well to release the body, and then we're each doing strengthening from our own different vantage point. Mine is based a lot in Pilates and physical therapy and other things like that. So we're just trying to optimize and balance out the instrument so it can be more free and expressive. I do perform in LA. I have my website is The Body Sings, so I always keep that up to date with what's going on. And as far as my work, it has become, I have a studio in LA. I also come to New York periodically, which is where I'm from. But most of my work is actually online. And I know that sounds totally weird and crazy, but it works, and particularly because of this community, I have an international clientele, and my schedule's very flexible, and we figure out our time zones, and we work, and I've actually discovered and had it confirmed by our wonderful body worker Peter Shore that entrainment, when it can actually happen online through the video screen, because I felt like it was happening, and he said, yeah, it really can. So that's, the best way to find me. Check out my website. To find out what's going on, or if you want to contact me about sessions, just go to my website, or Suzan@thebodysings.com.